Hi everybody, today I'm going to tell you a few things I do before every ride. So one thing I do if I haven't eaten in a while, in about the last 2 hours, is I try to top up with some carbs and maybe a little bit of protein and fat to keep me full. So this is a good example of something that would be great. I would eat this maybe 15 to 20 minutes before my ride. This one is Waffles. It's a vegan waffle. It's so delicious. Highly recommend it. And it has about 19 grams of carbs, 140 calories. So it's not going to fuel me for a full hour, but it'll just top me up and help me keep going until I can eat more during the ride. And another thing that I never ever forget is sunscreen. I also keep an extra bottle of it in my car, so if I drive to a ride and I've forgotten my sunscreen, I still have some. And I also pump my tires up for every single ride. This is really good to get in the habit of doing because you could have a small leak that develops overnight and you don't even realize it. So if you just go out on your ride without pumping your tires because they look like they're solid and have enough air, that might not be true if there is a small leak. So I definitely recommend pumping every time you ride, and you might even want to try pumping about an hour before you ride, because sometimes you go to pump, they've leaked overnight, you have a flat and you actually have to replace the tube. So if you're pumping them 3 minutes before you leave for your ride and you discover a flat, then you're late for your ride. Another thing I do before a ride, this isn't before every ride, I do this maybe every 100 to 200 miles, is grease that chain. And you can also clean it. It's nice to have a clean chain. Another great thing to get in the habit of doing, especially if you have quick release, is to check these skewers and make sure they are tight. You do not want them to be loose on a ride. So before you start riding, I used to have or ride a bike with these skewers. I would always check to make sure they were in tight. Now I have a through axle bike. I don't check it every time, but every so often I do check to make sure those through axles are tight and secure.